McKeil Marine is one of Canada's leading marine transportation organizations for both projects and transportation. So we operate on the Great Lakes and the Eastern Seaboard. We currently have about 3 locations in Canada, with our head office being in Burlington, Ontario, Rothesay, New Brunswick, and St. John's, Newfoundland. We currently have roughly 100 office staff and about 400 sailing crew and mariners. The company is sort of, operating in a dynamic environment constantly. There's no 2 days that are ever the same. And talking about the phone system has been interesting at McKeil. Again, I mentioned it's a 65-year-old company, and their phones were 65-year-old. So there was a definite need for us to upgrade our phone systems at McKeil, but they didn't necessarily have the requirement. I think that the one thing that they stressed to me is keep the cost down. But we want all the value features. We want to have the ability to have find me, follow me on the phone sets. We want to be able to call our offices. And one of the things that really excited me with NEWT is the upfront capital investment cost. The NEWT system was far cheaper than our current costs for phone systems. So it was sort of a no-brainer when I was looking at costs. We were saving easily 20% on our current phone system costs on a 65-year-old phone system. When I brought this to the CFO and the VP of Finance at the time, they were kind of caught off guard. They're like, "There's no way this is true." And we're getting more value in the new system. So that was, it took me some months to convince them that this is actually not a dream, and it actually was true. So one thing about the phone system I'd say with NEWT and working with Fibernetics is they were very, flexible, diligent, and they spent a lot of time working with us to get the right solution for our needs. At the end of the day, we did an implementation. We estimated about 3 to 4 months, and we got it done in about 3. It was really smooth. This office that we're sitting in today, we actually waited a year before we implemented the phone system here, and we did an implementation for 65 users. And I would say the implementation took probably about a week and a half from the install and the training. And one of the benefits that I saw of the NEWT system was the on-site trainer. The individual worked with us on the phone system design. He came on site, he did training sessions. It was excellent. The users were given, I would say, I've done some installations with both Cisco and ShoreTel other systems. Nothing was done to the brilliance and due diligence that Fibernetics had. It was excellent. The VoIP systems out there, you need to have the infrastructure and the design. One of the key things for us when selecting NEWT, it was simple. We didn't have to do that. And because it was a hybrid PBX, we have a small IT staff. I didn't want to have a huge amount of staff with knowledge and we have to manage the network. NEWT and the cost, the upfront cost and capital was the decision-making factor. But then what took us over the edge was just the pure simplicity of the system. Being hybrid means everything can be managed at one central location. And my IT staff, there's very little engagement. Like they just had to learn maybe 1 or 2 days of training and we were able to manage the whole system. But the system itself acted like an enterprise design and it was very scalable. We can act with one office, we can have 3, and we can move things around. So that was one of the other options that I had with the phone system that was really easy for us to make the decision. No other vendor gave us that ability and flexibility that NEWT did. What NEWT also gave us the ability to do is have actual people without a hard set at their desk. So Mark is actually traveling most of the time. They don't want to have him on the road too much, but when he travels, his set is online. So for him to answer his phone, manage it that way, I think that's a feature that some of the other vendors, it was expensive for us to have. For NEWT, it was a small minimal cost, and it gives him that ability to manage the set wherever he goes. And not only that, it helped, it gave us a win. IT's got a lot of little operational activities we're managing every day. To have a project such as this that you don't have to worry about all the little details, it was an easy win for us. Actually, looking back now, I realized one major credibility we had to our department is putting in a system that worked. The hesitation in moving to NEWT, there really shouldn't be. It was a simple installation to install, it goes quickly, and it's the cost saving. Every month we delayed making the decision, we actually were losing money. So the only regret at this time is we just didn't move to the system sooner.